Hello, how are you all doing? Happy New Year. I am so happy it's the new year because 2020 has been fun, but at least it is the new year. So we're moving in a good direction. So we're going to work on this today. We were working on this for a couple of days, but I think that we should work on this and just like not necessarily finish it, but like work on it. So I feel like I want to change the orange part a little bit. I just don't know how. Like, I think I'll add some more purple. I think. Like, at first I made it orange because I thought it would look better, but I think it needs some purple. This one's see. So I think I'm going to add some more purple to the orange area just because I think it's too orange. I kind of want to like trace out where it's going to go because I don't want to get rid of it completely. Kind of, if that makes sense, like in this area. So let's see about starting to add the purple in. So I feel like the orange was just like it's a nice base, but I think there has to be some similarity between this section and this section, if that makes sense. Yeah. See how this looks and then go from there. I could make the whole area purple, but I don't know. Like when I had it all orange, like completely orange, and no purple here, then I think it looked a little strange, like it doesn't go together. So I'm just adding some purple. I'm so tired because I was in the sun, and the sun, I think, literally put me to sleep. Like I was just like in the sun, and I think just laying out in the sun, even though I don't look it because I'm so like pale, but I don't know. I was laying out in the sun, and I think that the sun has like put me to sleep because that's what the sun does. So like, yeah, that happens like every time I go in the sun. I'm like, I get upstairs and I'm like, time for nap time. But I haven't painted in a while. I also haven't been on in a while because of New Year's and just taking it easy with that. But now it is a new year. Like I'm trying to incorporate the purple into the orange color. Like even if we keep the orange primarily as the base, like I feel like there has to be some purple there. Otherwise it's going to be just such a mismatch, I think, between like the two different colors. And they're just like so different looking. that I think that's going to look weird if we don't have like purple that goes into the orange. So that looks, I think, interesting. I think I'll do the same thing on the other side. Kind of trace out where the purple is going to go and kind of go from there, because you know what I mean? Like if we just keep like a big square of orange here and never work this purple color into the orange, I think it's going to look super weird. Like it's like going to be like too much of a contrast between the purple and all this that's going on and then the orange. So I'm just trying, I'm not going to take away the orange. I'm just going to put a little bit of a purple outline in so that we also have to do with the purple here. So like, just so it blends a little bit nicer, you know? I keep getting purple. So I'm just very, doesn't have to be exact. I'm just tracing in like a purple kind of design like I did on the other side, so that way I get like kind of an outline as to where the purple is going to go. So let me show you what I just did. Hello, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, 2021 people. Yeah, so I just added in some purple into this area, and then I trace this area here, and we're going to now add the purple in here too. Thank you so much, Light ZT. Thank you so much. Do you like art as well? Do you do painting or drawing? And if so, that you do art, what do you like doing the most? Are you a painter, drawer? Awesome. Yeah, I love personally, I don't know if necessarily you would call this animation because it's not like moving animation, you know what I mean? But like still animation, like just like a single scene. But I've actually never practiced with like real animation, like where you actually show the movements of a character. That would be super cool to learn how to do that. Digital art, oh, very cool. Yeah, I've never tried digital art either. I had a viewer, they were that was into. Hello, Thurman, how are you? I had a viewer who was really good at digital art, and they were trying to explain to me like the different colors that are used to do shading and how you create contrast, because you don't have the ability to do shading like you would with paint. They were trying to explain to me, like, in other words, how you kind of like zoom in and do the shading, but with like digital art. I think that's so cool to learn how to do that. Thank you so much. Yeah, the shading sounds, I'm not sure if that's an advanced technique, shading. I mean, I think it's probably like one of the hardest things to learn. Like, thank you so much, Light ZT. I really appreciate that. They were explaining on this viewer who was familiar with digital art, how I have to learn like what colors contrast other colors. And it's similar to like color theory, but it's a little bit different. So I'm super interested in learning more about it. I have absolutely no background in digital art, but I think that's so cool to like eventually get into that, you know, like where you get like a tablet and then you can like take it with you places. You know, you're on a plane, you're traveling, you have this tablet with you. I guess that's what it is, right? A tablet. Thurman said, I'm good. I saw you were live streaming. Thought I'd better stop in since I missed the gingerbread house. Well, so nice to have you here, Thurman. Yeah, we did. Yeah, Light ZT. We did a gingerbread house stream where I built a gingerbread house. What's funny is I love art. Like I love this type of art, and I consider myself good at it. But for my first time ever, I created a gingerbread house. Like it came in a kit, like a real one. Like it came in a like a kit, and then it had instructions how to put together the gingerbread house. I have it over here. I'm gonna try to show it to you without it like literally falling. I'm going to try to pick it up. Let me show you my gingerbread house. Okay. If this breaks, I'm going to be super upset. I'm even afraid to like touch it. Ah. So this is the gingerbread house. It's so sad that this came out so bad. Yeah, well, hello from Brazil. Glad to have you here. Yeah, Thurman, if you're watching still, this is what it looks like. I know you saw it in the other stream, but this did not come out. This did not come out super amazing. But I tried. I tried, right? I tried, and it was actually fun. It was fun. At least it didn't fall apart, right, Thurman? At least it didn't fall apart. It did fall apart when I was making it, but I think when the frosting dried, it's like glued. You know what I mean? It was just fun to make. It was something like I've never done before. I've always like thought about it, like I want to make a gingerbread house. So it was super fun. If anyone has never made a gingerbread house before, like it's a really fun experience. Like, yeah, if you've never made one before, I highly recommend doing that just for the holidays, or even not with the holidays. I don't know where you would get one if it wasn't the holidays. Like you could probably order it off Amazon. You know, I was wondering about that. When you see holiday food and you want holiday food, where would you get that during the normal part of the year? Like when you go to the candy section or like anywhere in like a supermarket during the holidays, you see them selling, what is it called? Not peppermint, candy canes, right? You see I can't speak. Candy canes being sold for the holidays, right? So like if you're someone who loves candy canes, where do you get candy canes during the majority of the year? You know what I mean? Like if you want a candy cane and it's not the holidays, how do I get a candy? Yeah, like a candy cane, like the peppermint candy cane. So like if you love candy canes, where do you get candy canes? Candy cans are sorts of flavors, you know what I mean? Like where do you get them? Amazon? Like, or is it like a holiday food? A candy cane is it's like shaped like a hook. Like it's like peppermint candy that I don't know, how do they usually attract people with it? They give them hot chocolate or something. But yeah, I don't know, just like the umbrella thing. So it's like if you love holiday food, where do you get it? The same with Easter, right? Yep, they're white and red. Yep. So I'm adding in some purple. So I'm adding in the purple. We go in a store in Brazil. Yeah, like supermarket, right? Called 199. Oh, very cool. Dill pickle flavor candy canes. That does not sound like a candy cane. Candy cane is supposed to be peppermint. And hot chocolate. I'm using the viewfinder to paint backwards. This is going super well. Oh. Yeah. I can't see where I'm going, so I'm just like trying to do this the best I can. Yeah, we have a bunch of those stores here. Like we don't have in Brazil, only in the US. Yeah, we have like regular supermarkets here, but we also have like smaller stores here called like CVS. CVS is one, Walgreens is one, and they sell like a little bit of everything, you know? I have all my drinks here. These are my art drinks. I have soda, 7-Up. So this is soda. I'm gonna have water. I was out in the sun today, so it put me to sleep a little bit. So that's why I'm a little late. When I went to the US for the second time, yeah, they have, it's interesting here. I think every time you visit, like I love visiting new places and seeing like, you know, how things work there. They sell all, yeah. Mini supermarkets, yeah. We also have like in the area that I live, even though this is the US, in the area that I live, it's got a very, very large, we have a very large Hispanic population here, but we also have a very, in the area that I'm particularly in, like there's also a very large Russian population here. So they have a lot of little, little convenience stores and little like supermarkets that sell like ethnic food that is like something that's not necessarily something common you would find in the regular supermarket. So that's always fun. Candy, etc. Yep, we are very yeah, I think we are very privileged here. We are very privileged here for sure. And you know, that's why it's important to realize, you know, when you visit other places for sure, you know, but other places have things, you know, that are very cool too, like the architecture and a lot of times scenery that we don't have here. Things get very unless you live somewhere where it's like very like holistic here, like mountains or something like that, everything's concrete. You know what I mean? Like everything's built up with buildings, and we don't really have, I don't know, like there's a lot of places like here, but we don't really have like great scenery. You know what I mean? Depends how built up somewhere is. Some people consider buildings to be scenery, but you know, festive drawings. I should do that, right? Even though it's not the holidays anymore, but it's funny you mentioned like doing festive drawings because so many people are saying right now that they're keeping their holiday decorations up. I should. I will definitely do some festive drawings. That way it's cheerful and it cheers everyone up for sure. Yeah, they said that a lot of people were keeping their holiday I'm trying to see what that looks like. I'm looking at the viewfinder. Their holiday decorations up past the holidays because it was making them happy because of everything that was happening with white. That thing, the umbrella thing. Oh yeah, candy cane. Candy cane. So we added the purple in. Yeah, candy cane. So we added the purple in. And thank you so much, Light ZT, for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And after you subscribe, make sure you click the what's it called? The notification bell. The notification bell, because if you click the notification bell, that alerts you to when I come on live, especially the notification bell. Okay, good, because it tells you when I do a vlog, but specifically with coming on live, I usually don't plan these. I've tried in the past planning them, but even when I do, like sometimes I come on earlier or whatever, but you know what I mean? So, you know, the bell will tell you when I am on, especially with live streaming. You know what I mean? With the vlogs, you can always watch a vlog. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. So I think we'll add in some pink. What do you guys think? I think we'll add in some pink. What do you guys think? Should I add in pink on the sides? Let me just check the signal real quick. Let's see what the signal is doing. I try to keep my phone over here. That way I can try to see if the signal is working. Let's see. Right now it says I have 3 bars. That's good. If I don't have at least, yeah, if I don't, thank you. If I don't have at least 3 bars of signal, it won't play. So every once in a while I have to like check it and like see if I have to adjust the phone. So yeah, I'll show you Baby Yoda since my hands are not too dirty yet. So this is Baby Yoda. I got it for the holidays. Thank you. Yeah, I think it does more. I'm pretty sure it's on like a demo mode, like a demonstration mode, because it's in the box still. And then I'm pretty sure it does more sounds and stuff once you take it out of the box and take it off of demo mode. Because it's showing here that like it goes into like a sleep mode where it goes to sleep. But like when I go like this, it doesn't go to sleep. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm pretty sure it has a button in the back area that takes it off of demonstration mode for the store, like so that you could test it out. Yeah, take it out of demo mode. Because I was saying to myself, it's got to do more than that. It's only doing like 1 or 2 things. Hello, Esma. How are you? Happy New Year. It's a Baby Yoda. I got it for the holidays. So I'm going to... It's called an animatronic toy. So it's very like lifelike. They make one also that like it stands up on the floor and it moves around. It's stuff. Yeah, it moves. Let me show you again. I don't know. Let me show you again since you've never seen this. Yeah, and supposedly, Esma, it moves a lot. Like it's on demonstration mode right now. When you take it out of the box, see the face, how it moves? It's pretty cute. I really like it. I remember when they advertised this, when they first talked about how this was going to come out as a product, it was a year ago. So I found out about it a year ago, and like I was waiting for it to like come like available, and I bought it pretty much like a month after it came available. I was curious if it was going to go on sale at all, maybe because of the holidays. No, I don't think it does that, Esma. I don't think it's like some of these animatronic toys are like sensory. Like in other words, like if you walk in front of them or something like that, it'll move. But I don't think it moves by itself unless you activate it. Very cool. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that at night either. You know what I mean? Hello, Kimberly Gomez. How are you doing? Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So happy it's 2021. I know we're all like still like dealing with what's going on in the world, but the fact that like it's 2021 and we're into 2021 and we're hopefully moving in the right direction. And I've seen positive reports, like they're talking about like how, you know, things are going to get better. So greetings from Venice Beach. Very nice. Lucky you. Venice Beach is beautiful. A fresh start for sure. I do, but it's charging and it has to be positioned in, and I'm on a computer right now. Venice Beach is beautiful. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Venice Beach, but Venice Beach is beautiful and it's very, very fun to walk around. Like there's so much to do there. Like, especially if you're into like, I don't know, just the shopping is like cool, but like, you know, like as like, if you're into photography, I think Venice Beach is a really cool place to take some photos there and like different things like that. Yeah, not California is burning. Like hot or like fire or like, do you mean like hot fire or do you mean like because like everyone's inside hiding because of COVID? Not super familiar with things that are going on right now. They're planning on moving to Washington or Texas, maybe. Washington State? Washington State or Washington, D.C.? I subscribe on it. Well, thank you so much, Esma. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you again in chat so we can talk some more. Have a wonderful day, Esma. Happy holidays. Do you mean Washington, Washington State or Washington, D.C.? Happy holidays, guys. Let's not put links in the thing. Washington State, California is in shambles right now. Yeah, it really is. It's, yeah, I've heard, I have a friend that's out there right now in California, and he's in LA, and like, I don't think he wants to move. You know what I mean? Because California is his home. He's been there forever. You know what I mean? He's been there his entire, not his entire life, but he's been there for 20 years. You know what I mean? It is 6:02 p.m. What time is it there where you are? Um, it's a rough thing. It's a really, really rough thing, Kimberly. People are actually moving out of California state right now. Yeah, I'm sure. There's if you're familiar, Kimberly, with where 8:04 p.m. I was born here in Southern California. Okay, so it's your home too. It's like, yeah, he's like, he considers it his home because he's been there for 20 years. So, and he went out there for career and everything. So I imagine it's even harder when you move when it's all you know. You know what I mean? It's like that's where you grew up and that's where you're from. I'm sure that's where your family is located and everything. But if you guys all move together, I mean, that's, you know, and everyone moves and that's a start. You were saying Washington State, Kimberly. Did you say Washington State or Washington, D.C.? I forgot what you said to me. Washington State or Washington, D.C.? And then the other place you were talking about was Texas. I don't know that much about, honestly, either of those places. I know Washington State. Yep. I mean, the area I'm broadcasting out of is South Florida. So, like Miami, Fort Lauderdale. And we are a very maybe another time, Light. We in South Florida really rely on tourism. I guess that's the way he would, like, tourism and a lot of tourism. That's basically how South Florida functions. You know, the hotels, the restaurant industry here. So without the tourism industry here, South Florida literally doesn't exist. Like South Florida, I'm a little bit older, like South Florida, you know, during my parents' generation and everything like that, like there was nothing here. You know what I mean? So it got built up and it relies on tourism. I tried to love this place so much because I grew up here. It's just worse now. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know, Kimberly, what they're saying about like how long it will how long will it take California to recover? In other words, how long will it take for California to become the California you knew? Maybe never, maybe somewhat. I don't know what the different articles have said on that. I know with South Florida, people are writing articles about that, and I don't know if it's like pessimistic, but I think they were saying like hopefully in 2 years, maybe 5 years. They were saying that's what like the tourism guide like articles were saying, that they were saying that hopefully you would see South Florida improve in um, in 5 years, basically. But it's rough because South Florida completely relies on restaurant industry, hotel industry, tourism, people doing water activities. They come here on vacation, that type of stuff. Walking up and down Ocean Drive, South Beach, eating at a restaurant on South Beach, going shopping. You stay in a hotel on Ocean Drive, all of that, which is very appealing to the tourists. And then in normal times, a lot of times what the tourists will do is they'll come for a week, stay on Ocean Drive, see South Beach, and then maybe at the same time they have a cruise plan. So then they go out of the port and they go on a cruise ship for a week. If we move to Washington State, too cold, Texas too dry. And I still believe in the yeah. It's definitely a difficult thing, Kimberly. It's a difficult thing. I don't know that much about Washington State other than it's pretty. It's supposed to be very like scenic and very holistic. If you're into that type of stuff, like hiking and that type of stuff. Texas is a very big place, so it's like, I guess it depends on where you are. I know there's some areas of Texas, they have, like a lot of millennials and different things like that. So it's like, depends where you are. The only place I have heard people are really moving to, the only place I've personally heard of that people are moving to like a lot is Florida, actually. I've heard that people are moving to Florida from California and New York like crazy. So much so that they're driving, this is where I am, Miami. Yeah, Miami's fun. Miami's fun. You can meet a lot of young people. You have things to do here, art, different things, the beach, obviously. But Miami's like that feeling when you go out, like the vibe in the air, there's nothing here anymore. It's like, it's probably the same thing of what you're seeing in California because there's no tourists here. There's no tourists at all. So nothing's like really like thriving here, I guess is the word. Like, for example, every time it's New Year's celebration countdown, I go out on my balcony and I see fireworks down from South Beach, and every building is setting off fireworks down there. I looked on my balcony this time and I filmed it, and it was hardly anyone. You know what I mean? It was like, I think I saw some of the cities, like they set off a few, but what happened was, I don't even know if these hotels are operating. And if they're operating, they've got a few people and they're not going to spend the money on fireworks to have a fireworks show, if there's no one around. I had read some report fireworks were canceled because it was windy out, but I don't really believe that. I think it's because there is no one here. It's like, you're not going to set off fireworks if there's no one here. You know what I mean? I love painting. Is Florida the same vibe as the show Textray? So I was at that place for that show. I've never seen the show, so I cannot give you an accurate answer. Florida, like California, specifically Miami, I don't know. But like the one place, actually, when I say they're moving to Florida, the main place they're moving is Orlando. That's actually where people are going. Orlando has had a really big migration of people for the last couple years. Like, there was always a lot of people in Orlando because you have a lot of people that work, for Disney or Universal Studios, or like they went out there for like different like programs and stuff like that in school. But so Orlando has always been a place like where people are going, families want to be there because they have kids and stuff like that. But Orlando was always a big place people were moving. And now more so than ever. A couple of years ago, you had a huge, like when the hurricane happened with Puerto Rico, you had a very large Puerto Rican population that went to Orlando because there's just so much. I think there's more opportunities in Orlando for just in general. Like here, we rely solely on the hotel industry, the restaurants. We don't really have anything here like Universal or Disney. And then Disney, normal times, Disney, not like COVID times, but like Disney in normal times is a huge employer. You know what I mean? Huge travelers in the whole, yeah, there's like, it's just not the best time for moving, probably. I mean, Disney, in normal times, Disney is a huge employer of people. You know what I mean? Because the Disney corporation up in Orlando is just so massive, from the hotels to the resorts up there. It's huge. You know, then you have Universal Studios, SeaWorld. So it's like, I think a lot of people were attracted to Orlando, and you have people moving to Orlando like crazy. Like people are moving to Orlando so fast that from what I heard, I had to check the internet. From what I heard, the realtors up there, they can't keep up with it because like a property gets listed on the market up there in Orlando and it's literally sold within like 3 days. That's how fast people are moving to Orlando. I've seen people going, yeah, so you have Disneyland closed, obviously, and that's just insane. It's so insane to know that Disneyland is still closed. It's just so bizarre, and that's hurt so many people, you know what I mean, financially, that worked for Disney up there as creatives or hotel workers. It's very sad. So the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando is completely functioning. They were given permission, Walt Disney World was given permission to operate at 100% capacity, as insane as that sounds. So like 100%. They can go back to normal with the crowds, you know, crazy, you know, overcrowded, but they're not. They've limited capacity. So that way there's only like 25 or 30% of people of capacity in the park, which I agree with. Because like if I was going to go to Disney World, I wouldn't want to know that, you know, I'm walking around and like it's just so crowded. You know what I mean? So like I definitely agree with them restricting the capacity. Same here. Many businesses in Venice Beach are closed forever. And that is super sad. It's super sad because I know that a lot of the businesses, especially in Venice Beach, are family, not necessarily family owned, but they're dreamers. You know what I mean? There's someone who had a vision of creating a business, whether it was a gift shop or a clothing shop or a tattoo parlor, and they created a business for themselves, which they put all their time, their energy into. Maybe they have a family running it with them. And that is so super sad. It's really heartbreaking to know that people put all their energy, time, vision, their dreams into a business that has been closed forever. And it's awful. It really is awful. I guess in the ideal situation, if they had some money or they were able to relocate, the ideal thing, I guess, would be to relocate to Orlando, you know, where at least, you know, you can operate. But obviously so many businesses aren't in that position. They don't. I read one article about a man, I don't think it was California, I think it was New York. He had a business, I think a restaurant or something like that in New York, I think. And he wasn't able to operate properly because of the restrictions. And in his case, he must have been, you know, a very, you know, well-known businessman. He was unusual because he was able to do this. But he literally, I think they said he closed up and he opened in Orlando and he moved all his employees out to, you know, something like that. Yeah, hopefully it will be better. I mean, it has definitely been memorable. That's one thing we can definitely say, Kimberly. Definitely memorable. It's been insane is the word. Absolutely insane. You know, I don't think none of us have experienced something like this. I mean, it was years ago that I think, remember, like when they were talking about bird flu or something like that, was years ago. And it never got to this point, never got like where businesses closed down or anything like that. I'm hopeful things will get better, but like if people thought, like when they announced that they were able to create a vaccine, if people thought like literally the next day and things were going to be back to normal, me too, Kimberly. What I love about them, if you sound like obviously you've used them. What I love about these is that this is what I'm using to slow the drying time. What I love about them is that they're definitely on the more affordable side of acrylics. They're good quality. They last a long time. They give you a lot of product, honestly. And I don't know, Kimberly, if you have this where you are. We have something here called Michaels. Michaels is it's an art store. So they sell paint, they sell ribbons, they sell boxes, you know. It's like a craft store. You could pretty much anything like arts and crafts they sell. So our store here is called Michaels. That's like the store here if you want to like buy art supplies. So Michaels sells this, and there's one pretty close by to me, so I could go in person or I could shop online, and they generally have a lot of sales. What's good about this product, like as compared to like other acrylic products out there, is that it's pretty affordable. I get them like they're good quality and they're affordable. Like they're like, I don't know, on sale. I probably got them each for a little over $4, something like that. So that's pretty good. I mean, when you go to Michael's or the art stores, you'll see like these paints that are like higher end paints where they're like each bottle is like $10 or something like that. It's not, I mean, I haven't tried it, so I'm sure the quality is enhanced, but like I don't need that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take the affordable ones because they're affordable. So I think I need to mix white out. I have Liquitex. Yeah, I have, it's funny you mentioned that. I have the heavy just for the white. So I have the white for Liquitex, for the white color. But what's weird is that I was never able to find in this one the white. Like, in other words, I was never able to find the white color in a non-heavy form. Maybe they were just sold out because they must sell white. In other words, I shouldn't have to use heavy body paint in order to use a white color, you know? So that's what I have right now. So that's what I have to work with. But yeah, it's not the easiest to work with because it's such a heavy density to it. But yeah, it has definitely been a weird time period. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're sold out. You know what it is? I think generally these stores, they don't keep a huge stock. And let me just see how this is blending. I think also now with the pandemic, more people are doing art at home. I heard like people are like doing like all these like home arts and crafts things. Like people are doing so much more things. Like I started to do that. Like I have so many things I need to like go through and like still do, like boxes and like go through old papers. You know what I mean? Like, oh, very cool. So do you do mostly like what is the art style that you mostly that you do the most? Do you do abstract, animation? What do you enjoy doing the most? I don't know what exactly you would call this, what genre you would call this. Animation, abstract, colorful. I don't really. Oh my god, I just got white on it. I just got white on it. Get off of my painting. I just wish that in. You garden. Well, that can be actually like a talent. Like I've seen some like designs like where a backyard was like you need to get a gardener, and like people made it look like out of a movie. Like that was so cool. Like and that's a good activity right now too. You know, all the solo activities people are doing. But yeah, Disney World is open. I watch a lot of the live streamers from Disney where because Disney is open, you have the live streamers where they're walking around Disney and they're showing you Disney World, you know, how they're experiencing it. So I've been watching a lot of that just because it makes me happy, you know, like if I'm inside, you know, and I can't go there right now or don't feel comfortable going there right now, you know, I can watch other people in the park. So just finished my degree. Well, congrats on finishing your degree. Yeah, I feel like so many people feel that way, though, honestly. The fine arts is a wonderful profession, and, you know, all the different areas of that encompass the fine arts, which was hard enough in normal times to get a job. So it was hard enough in the normal world to get a job in the fine arts, and now with COVID, you know, but keeps you kind of, you know, something you could do. You have a talent, you can garden, different things that are they're good for you because like it helps like reduce stress and stuff like that. They were always recommending, I was talking this about on another stream, that people should do more of that. And that was before COVID. They were saying people should, you know, take walks in nature, do art, play an instrument, learn how to cook. Like they were always telling people to like, you know, get into these hobbies or like passions or art or whatever you would call it because it helps with stress, you know? So I added in some white. I think it's too much white. So now I need to go back with purple or something. I kind of always go like too heavy. But yeah, it's something right now. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't for sure. It doesn't even in any profession. Like even like I know people who went into different medical fields and you would think that that guarantees employment, but it doesn't. Like I knew someone who became, for example, a dentist, and I never thought about it that way. Like, how do they guarantee, like when I go to my dentist, like he's like he opened a practice. He opened a practice with his family. You know what I mean? So like he had and he opened it with another dentist. So I always said to myself, like, how does a dentist necessarily like get employed? And I knew someone who had like just become a dentist, and I was learning more about like how do they like work, and what they were basically saying was like they were freelance, if that makes sense. So they were like going to different dental places like different days of the week and working like at that office a day, working at that office a day, and like that's what they were doing. They were like freelance dental, if that makes sense. Like going to different dental offices, working there one day a week, working at another one a day a week, because they couldn't afford to open up their own practice. And who would be able to do that? You know what I mean? If you don't have a family that you're going to go work for. So I never thought about it like that. Like, it's like, you know, how do they, you know, get employed, you know? Hello, Angel. Nice to have you here in the chat. Welcome. Angel from New York. Welcome, Angel. But yeah, we are optimistic, people. We are optimistic that things are gonna get better because we have to be positive. We have no other choice. We must be positive. So this is what we're working on, Angel. So this one is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And this one is going to be, when it's completed, Grogu from The Mandalorian. Forever I've been calling him Gorgu. I didn't like it's Grogu. I don't know how you all feel like, or if you've seen the show Mandalorian. Okay, you guys can tell me. Angel and Kimberly, have you guys seen the Mandalorian show? Have you watched the Mandalorian show? I am curious. Have you guys seen the Mandalorian show? I was never super into Star Wars, but what happened was the Mandalorian season 1 was already on and done with. Like, I think it had already premiered. So people were all talking about it, and they're like, it's the cutest thing ever. I never paid it any attention. Then during the pandemic, you're watching a lot more TV, you're home, all that. And then the Mandalorian 2 was being advertised. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, and I have nothing better to do because I'm home. I'm going to watch season 1 and see if I like it. So I watched it, and he was just so cute. The Grogu, Baby Yoda. I just thought he was the cutest thing ever. And that's basically what made me watch the show. If Grogu was not in the show, if Baby Yoda were not in the show, I would not probably have watched the show, honestly, because that was the real reason that I watched the show. So, I don't know. I think it's cute. I think it's kind of weird, the name Grogu, honestly. Like, the name Grogu is not my favorite. I've heard different opinions on it. Some people are like, it's great. I love that it's called Grogu. And then I think the majority of people I've seen opinion from have not liked the name Grogu. They're like, I'm going to call it Baby Yoda. This name Grogu is weird. And I'm going to call it Baby Yoda. So I'm kind of in that group. Like, the entire season of, like, the seasons, we've been calling him Baby Yoda. So we've known him as Baby Yoda, or the child, for much longer time than Grogu. So, yeah. And then that made me start to research the Star Wars movies, because I had never seen much of the Star Wars movies either. So at that point, I started watching the Star Wars movies, because I actually wanted to know what was happening, basically. So that's what we have so far. I think that looks a little bit better. If you saw the bag at the beginning of the stream, the entire bottom here was orange. Now I've added in the purple and the pink to kind of blend it in. I think that looks a little bit better. If I don't, I think so. What do you guys think? Let me go check the signal. Let's see how it's doing. So showing you have 3 bars. Let me see. I always like to make sure. Okay. We have 2 bars. Let me see. Okay, now it says 3 bars. Looking good. Thank you. Okay, so Kimberly approves. Yeah, before it was all orange. The whole bottom was orange. We were never blending this to this. You know what I mean? So it looked a little weird. It still looks like, I think it'll look better once I finish off Grogu. You know what I mean? He's unfinished, so we still need to do his eyes and everything. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, the way I don't know if, I don't want to ruin it for you. Kimberly, have you seen the show? Because I don't want to like ruin it for you if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to ruin it for you. But what happened to Baby Yoda? We haven't finished Baby Yoda. So his eyes are a little, if you look up what Baby Yoda's eyes look like, they're a little intricate to paint. Kimberly, you probably could agree with this. The eyes of him need to be shaded, and they've almost got almost like a silver sparkle to them, if that makes sense. Like to paint eyes where it really looks like marble and you can see the reflection. It's really hard. I've always had difficulty with that part. So I want to do a drop of research on how to paint that properly. But in order to paint his eyes, it's supposed to have almost like a silver to it, if that makes sense. You can take an artistic liberty and do it. Yeah, I know, right? It's like if it doesn't come out perfect, it doesn't come out perfect, right? I mean, but yeah, I need to I have this color. This is black. Ah, it's over here. It's hiding. So I have this color. It's like a graphite color. I don't know if you can tell. It's got it's like metallic-y color. I don't know if you can tell. So it's like a graphite color. So I think if I use this and a white, I can try to make the eye look a little bit more realistic. But I think once I finish off the Baby Yoda part and then add in the black line, like the lining to it, it's going to finish off that section. I mean, it's not a big deal, but the other thing that's mixed titanium white and Mars black. I don't have Mars black. So I have this. I don't know how much different Mars black is. This one's ivory black. I have the titanium white. I have this color, which is called iridescent graphite. So, yeah, I mean, you can see what I'm talking about even here. When you look at his eyes here, obviously this isn't real person, but when you look at his eyes up close, there's an eye, but you can see that the way the eye looks. Here they actually have him with brown eyes, which is interesting because I don't feel like he has brown eyes. So that's weird that they colored his eyes brown here. But here, he doesn't have brown eyes. Here he has gray eyes. That's weird. Isn't that weird? So, what did you say? Color doesn't really matter, but yeah, maybe a hint of brown. Water it down. Yeah, just to give it more dimension to it. What did Angel say? Theaters are still closed in New York. I never got to watch Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's sad. It's here. So the situation here where I am, so I'm in Miami and we have everything open here. The only thing my area is Miami-Dade County. And then a few minutes up the road, you go into what's called Broward County. And Broward County is where you have Fort Lauderdale. So the only difference we had in South Florida as compared to Orlando was that South Florida has a curfew. So originally only Miami had a curfew, and then Broward got a curfew. So that's really what's finished off the tourism industry down here in South Florida, is that mix white, brown, black, water it down watercolor consistency, and then shade in the eyes. Okay, that sounds yeah. I like those color combinations. It just sounds very intricate. It's all this for the eyes. But yeah, we have a curfew here. We have movie theaters open. The movie theaters are open here. I have no idea who's honestly going to the movie theater, honestly. I wouldn't I don't know if I would personally love the idea of sitting in a movie theater right now. Um, in normal times, like in normal times before COVID, I always felt like I would get sick at the movies. You know what I mean? Because like people were always sneezing and coughing in the movie theater. And that was like before COVID. Like you would go to the movie theater and like a week later you would have a cold. So it's like the movies is not like something I'm like really wanting to do. But I also kind of feel everyone has different opinions on this. So I don't want to get into that too much. Like people should, my personal opinion is like people should do what makes them feel comfortable. You feel comfortable going to movies? Go to movies. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to like tell people what to do. But yeah, if you want to go to the movies and Angel and it's not open, it's like, it's frustrating. Yep, I saw footage from New Year's Eve. I'm trying not to laugh, but like I saw the footage from New Year's Eve. It was like on TikTok and it was, I don't know if it was like Cyndi Lauper. I don't really know, but like they showed like balloon people, like balloon people that were filled with air. And that was supposed to be the people. And like there were some balloon people going like that. It reminds me of SpongeBob. And then there was like apparently some singers. I don't really know even like how many singers. All I know is like Cyndi Lauper or something was one of them. But like it's crazy because like I've been to New York twice. Both experiences, like you, for me, when I got to New York, I was like, this is a very exciting place. I saw a Broadway show. So that's another thing. Broadway isn't open. So I saw Broadway shows, went to an art store, like different things like that. It's a very, people travel. I think New York is the #1 tourist destination in the world or something like that. So it's sad. It's crazy how Orlando really seems like it's the only place that's functioning right now. South Florida and Miami, New York must be dealing with, yeah, it's just like Kimberly, you don't want to make yourself sad and like look it up, but like, I don't know. I saw it on TikTok. It probably comes up on YouTube, obviously, but you should look it up. It was ridiculous. It was like, I only saw it on TikTok. So that was like a, 15-second video, but it was like balloon people, like, the balloon people that are outside of like car dealerships. It's like a inflatable, it looks like an inflatable noodle. It's like to get people's attention, like to come into a business. So they had some inflatable noodles and they were like all going like this. And then I don't know if there was a few select people that were like invited or like it was casted. I don't exactly know how that worked. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. There was some TikTok and it showed, it was like a 15-second, it was hysterical though. And it shows some guy's reactions. It's sad because it's our reality. You know what I mean? It's sad because it's like, this is what we're dealing with right now, but it kind of made you laugh. Okay. It's like, it shows like the balloon people. Then it shows like Cyndi Lauper. She gets on stage and she sings something. And then like the guy's reaction is like this, like, what was that? You know what I mean? So I feel like so many people's reaction, I don't know, like, okay, so I watch a lot of the live streamers from, let me check the signal. I watch a lot of the live streamers that walk around Disney just because it makes me happy seeing them. I barely move a muscle in my apartment. I know, right? It's like there's just nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go, Angel. So I watch the Disney streamers a lot just because like I enjoy seeing them out and about. And they have been in the parks pretty much since it reopened. And they filmed yesterday in the park for New Year's. And, excuse me, it was weird. It was kind of weird. You'd have to type in yourself, Disney live stream from New Year's Eve. And on all other days, they're having a good time. They're laughing. They're sitting at restaurants, going on rides. And then pretty much every live streamer that was walking around Disney World for New Year's Eve was kind of walking around like this. Like everyone looked so sad. Like it was like, I think it was because it was New Year's and they knew we're symbolically counting down and we're going into 2021, and it's like, it was just this weird feeling. Your itinerary or a business. Thank you for asking, Angel. Yeah, so the only way it's affected me is that I am in graduate school here in Miami. And thankfully, I am now, at the end of this semester, I'm done. So I'm happy about that. But when the pandemic started, we were an in-person class and we transitioned to online. And you would think that a university would be prepared for that, but they weren't. And I can't blame them, because like online classes use online things like Blackboard or Zoom regularly, and that's what they're used to. They know, okay, every time I log in or whatever. So my professors, a lot of them are elderly. They didn't know how to use Zoom. I had never used Zoom before, honestly. I've never used Zoom before, only Skype and FaceTime. So everyone, the professors, these 70-something-year-old professors were scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. Yeah, online classes are not my favorite, honestly. I feel like I have to work harder in online classes than I do in person. I guess I'm not that type of learner. Like, I like it in person. If I have a question, I can, ask someone next to me, or I can kind of understand in person. Yeah, I am very happy that I'm almost done. So when the pandemic first happened, I remember I emailed, this is like back in March. I emailed my professor and I was like, this is like when it first got announced, or in a pandemic, like when it made the news. And I said to my professor, I'm getting a little worried, like, are we having class? Like, am I coming? And he didn't even know what to say. He was kind of all over the place. He was like, come, like, if you don't come, I understand. I'll give you your work online. And then, like, there was no communication from the school. And then, like, a day went by, like 24 hours. And he was like, just check your student email. And I'm like, okay. And it said, school's going online, no more in classes. Yeah, that's a good point, Angel. That's what I thought too. Even when Disney closed, I thought this was going to be, like, when they announced the shutdowns, in other words, were like when my school went online, I thought it was going to be like a 3-week thing. Maybe at most 2 months. Like something, like kind of like when a school has a bad like flu outbreak, if that makes sense. Like the school has a bad flu outbreak. What does the school do? It closes for a week. So I figured it was going to be like that. Like the school was going to close for 2 weeks. We'd, tell you to wash your hands, all that, the end of this. And I was operating under that illusion that this was going to be a temporary thing, like a 2-3 week thing. And then when it became clear that this was not a 2-3 week thing, that's like when it became like kind of like you're like stir crazy inside. Like, oh my God, what do you mean this is going to be months? I mean, the only thing I can say, guys, is that I'm grateful for, I don't know about you guys, because I don't know everyone's situation. My family is healthy. I am healthy. I'm grateful for that, because I go on TikTok and I see terrible things on TikTok. I don't know if TikTok, I know. Like, I don't know, like, how often you guys go on TikTok. I thought TikTok was like Instagram. I go on TikTok, I see terrible stories. I see stories about cancer. I see stories about people dying from COVID. That's like all I'm seeing when I go on TikTok. TikTok is like sad. It's like, I don't want to go on TikTok anymore. Okay, it's like super sad. All the stories are super sad. So, I mean, like, I'm grateful, especially when I see these posts on TikTok. I'm like, I'm grateful. I'm healthy. My family's healthy. I remember back when they were talking about, could a vaccine be made? I remember, I know, right? It's like the stories on TikTok. So I remember when they were first talking about making the vaccine. And there were stories from doctors, like they didn't even know if it could be done. So, and like some articles were really sad. They were like, we may be living like this forever. So, like, the fact that they don't think that's true, the fact that they have created a vaccine and they believe that the reports are that by summertime, so August, things are going to be in pretty good shape. And then they're saying by December. So they're saying by December, so a full year from now, but in December, they're saying things are going to pretty much be back to normal. My parents are in Wisconsin and I haven't seen them since March. That is rough, but you know, especially Angel, if they're older or they're immunocompromised, you know, you're probably doing the best thing you can for them is keeping them healthy. Because if you get on a plane, Angel, even if you drive, you get on a plane, I wouldn't want to be on a plane right now. Or if you drive, you're still stopping through so many like rest stops and different things like that. You know what I mean? And roads are dangerous during the holidays. It just doesn't seem worth it. So I am happy 2020 is over. I don't know about you guys, but I am happy it's over. Obviously, we're still dealing with this, but like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, if that makes sense. Like I see the light. People in LA are partying. Yeah, like the same in Miami. Like Miami, half the people in my building wear a mask, half them don't. You know? There is a resident doctor that lives in my building. And like at the beginning of the pandemic, he wasn't wearing a mask. And then he started to wear a mask. But at the beginning of the pandemic, he wasn't wearing a mask. And like he was working at that time. So like he was fully aware what was happening. It's like, I don't know if maybe he was cocky or he didn't absorb the situation. It's like, people are walking around with masks and face shields. And it's like, I'm sure you see this in the hospital and you're not wearing a mask. So now he's wearing a mask, thankfully. So I guess he figured it out, you know, that it's serious. So, but really, guys, we have to be optimistic as much as it seems like almost like forced to say, because when you tell yourself to be optimistic, the first counter thought is seriously going to be the what ifs, right? You're going to be like, okay, I'm optimistic, things are going to work out. And then your brain goes, all the what ifs. What if this happens? What if the vaccine doesn't work? What if this other virus, you know, the what ifs start happening, and you gotta just stop the what ifs, because at the end of the day, it's really not going to help your stress. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wear a mask, grocery store, because it's so crowded. Thankfully I'm healthy. I'm young, I'm not immunocompromised, but I'm still scared. Like I don't want to get it. But I don't really do much. My classes are online. Lucky I can still go. So Angel, there's no grocery stores open there? Aren't grocery stores open in New York? What's funny is at the beginning of the pandemic, like when no one knew what was going on, I was using Instacart because I had no idea what was going on. All I know is that there were all these like memes, like that kind of like their humor. They're like, don't watch the movie Contagion. Do not watch the movie Contagion. I Postmates them. Is that like Instacart? Is that like Instacart where like you make an order online and they deliver it to your door? I've never used Postmates. So, yeah, Instacart was convenient for sure, but it was expensive. You know what I mean? It's like because they've marked up everything, you know, to make a company like Instacart. And then because it was always like, you know, this person is delivering my food, I ended up giving them, you know, like a 20% tip or something like that because I felt bad. You know what I mean? So I'm giving them $15, $20 in tip. So then the upcharge of the groceries, and it was just like way too expensive. Okay, yeah, so I'm the only one going to a grocery store. That's funny. Yeah, I'm starting to get weird about the grocery store. What's funny is when I was using Instacart, it was at the beginning of the pandemic with so much less of an infection rate here, yet I was going to the grocery store, which makes absolutely no sense. You know what I mean? And now that there's so much of a higher infection rate, I'm going to the grocery store, which makes absolutely no sense. And they're pretty bad about wearing the mask in the grocery store. This woman in the grocery store here in Miami, this is a true story. She had on a face shield and no face mask. And that was not the issue. The issue was what she said. She told the assistant manager that she didn't need to wear a face mask, only the shield, in other words, the clear shield, because as she's wearing the shield, she took her hand and she went like this. And what she said was, if I can't feed myself, in other words, you have a clear shield on, no mask. She's like, if I can't feed myself through the plastic because I have a shield on, the virus can't get me. And I was just like this. It was like one of those TikTok moments where you wish you were filming. You were just like, and then there's a girl, she comes in my building all the time. She doesn't want to wear a mask. But again, it's not the fact that she doesn't want to wear a mask. It's that when she gets in the elevator with other people because she doesn't want to like contaminate them, or you know what I mean? Like when she's not wearing a mask, she does this with her hair. It's like, what is that going to do? So then it might be the same woman. It really might be the same woman. I saw another woman leave my building and she didn't have a mask on, but she had a piece of paper towel like that you clean your kitchen with. And she took the paper towel and she held it up to her face, not even over her mouth, over her face. And it's like, again, I don't know, like if you're not going to wear it, if you're not going to wear a mask, then you're not wearing a mask. But like the fact that you're holding up a paper towel and your hair, this is just weird. Here, it's still, yeah, I'm sure it is, Angel. I don't want to like, California people are interesting people when it comes to, yeah, I'm sure, Kimberly. Yeah, I don't want to like, I feel like it could be so much worse. It's like, it's not cold here. So it's not cold here. We don't have snow. We don't have hail. We have pretty decent weather. It's warm out, especially that we don't have a lockdown right now. It's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? It's like the only thing that we have right now is the curfew, and that's annoying. It's more annoying than it is like a real inconvenience, because the reality is I'm not going to like, you know, go anywhere, if that makes sense. But guys, let me know, is the signal okay? Are you still able to see me? Because I see that I lost you guys in the viewers. Are you guys still online? Is the signal okay, guys? Let me know in chat. Let me know, Angel or Kimberly, if the signal is okay. Am I very glitchy? Or is it working? Signal is okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know. I've had some trouble with my signal lately. If you guys are having the same trouble, I recommend using Google Chrome, because Google Chrome I have found is working better than Firefox. Like Firefox was glitchy for so many people. So I would definitely recommend trying the Google Chrome browser. Yep, optimism is the way to go. But you guys, Kimberly and Angel, you're using your iPhone. Oh, yeah, I think the signal is better on iPhone. But Kimberly and Angel, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. That way, you know, you can join my little family here and we can chat some more. I'm trying to grow on this little platform. Big platform. I'm the little one. But yeah, if you're new, please consider subscribing. That would help me out tremendously. And if you do subscribe, click the bell, because not for my vlogs. Thank you so much. And then click the bell, not because of my vlogs, so then you can watch my vlogs, but Kimberly, so that way you know when I come on live. Thank you, Angel. So that way you guys know when I come on live, because I tried planning these ahead of time, and I either come on earlier or like I felt like I was forcing myself sometimes because like I was tired and I had already scheduled it. So it's like, if you click the bell, that's the best way to know when I come on live, because the vlogs, you know, you can always watch the vlogs, but you know, with the live streams, that's what I think notifications are for. So that way you can like know when someone comes on live. But thank you. But yeah, I don't want to complain too much, because that's my family in the background. But I don't want to complain too much because, I mean, complaining is normal. So I don't want to say like, if you complain, like you're not entitled to complain, because we're human. But I guess I phrase it like, every time I want to complain and feel irritated or annoyed with what's happening, I just try to remind myself that other people have it a lot worse right now. Like, I don't want to tell you guys like you can't complain. Like, it's like you're human beings, and this is like a really rough time period for everyone right now. Yeah, Kim. The same. You know what's funny is that you mentioned that. I used to paint a lot before COVID, but not consistently. So I would paint here or there. And when I would paint, watch reruns of Seinfeld, when I would paint, I would feel better. And I would never do it consistently. Like, you know, some people are really good about practicing a certain craft all the time. They do yoga and they do yoga every day. So like, I would never do it consistently. So, but I would feel better when I would paint. So when I started YouTube, and especially when I became interested in doing live streams, I said to myself, I don't have the ability to stream from my phone yet, which is fun because then I could like walk on the beach with it and that type of stuff. But I said to myself, okay, so like, what can I stream from inside the house? And then it just kind of occurred to me that I like painting and I like chatting. So it's like, I'll just do what kind of feels natural. But because I've been forcing myself to be on or to make live streams, I'm painting more, which is making me feel better. You do yoga too? Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I just started. And by just started, I mean like I'm stretching. Like, I don't know how to do any of the poses. I just stretch, basically, which is like better than nothing. Like, I take out my mat, like where it's like a sunny spot, and I can feel like the sun, and I will just sit on the mat and try to do basic stretching, because like I never stretch. So like, that's helping me out a lot. I did it a little bit earlier today. That's why like I'm a little sleepy, because like the sun put me to sleep. So I did that a little bit, and it helps. And what's funny is the more I'm forcing myself to do things like do a live stream, you're still interacting with people. You're chatting. Chatting is good for you because you're interacting with people, even if it's virtually. I'm painting. So all these things are actually like adding up and actually helping me. You know what I mean? It's not even just to like make a YouTube video. It's like, I'm chatting, I'm in a chat, I'm interacting with people, I'm painting. So there's a huge benefit that's coming from it that's helping my stress and everything. I'm still shaking doing, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I see some of these yoga moves and I'm like, is there a beginner class? Is there a beginner class? You know what's funny? You mentioned Seinfeld. I don't know. I've seen a few episodes, like No Soup for You. That's Seinfeld, right? I've seen a few I've seen a few episodes, but like I never was a huge Seinfeld person. Like I never watched it. So now I want to watch it. Like now I want to like get like the entire like series and like just like watch Seinfeld and like in my house. I'm just gonna watch Seinfeld. Imagine this pandemic happened pre-internet. Oh my God, Kimberly. That is a horrifying thought. That is so scary to think that. That would be awful. It's so true. If we didn't have internet and like, you know, things to watch and like streams and stuff, my leg just locked up. And that my signal was being weird. What is wrong with my signal? It says it's working. I don't know why it says no one's watching. I don't know what's happening. Someone tell me you're on. Oh my God, why does it say 0? Is it working? Okay, so yeah, if it was pre-internet times, I would lose my mind. Because I have, what's funny is I don't have television, but I have Disney Plus. So that's what's funny. It's like, I don't have television just because like when I moved, I never like rehooked up my television. I know, right? So like I have Disney Plus, and that helps me out a lot. I don't know what is wrong with my internet. It says no one's on, yet you're on. What is wrong with my stream? I don't know what is wrong right now. Let me move my phone. Hold on. Let's see what's wrong with my phone. Okay, I think it's better now. I moved the phone. If I didn't have internet, I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. It's like I'm not going to sit in my house and play checkers. I love Disney Plus. All the reruns, all the good reruns are on there. Like That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, Jamming Out to Hannah Montana, Boy Meets World. All those shows are on there, I think. Like Corey in the House, Shake It Up. Like all the original like Disney sitcoms are on there. I used to watch Raven like every day. Like Raven, Boy Meets World was like my go-to. That's all I would watch. My knee like locked up. But yeah, if I didn't have like something to watch television, like I consider Disney Plus to be television. Like if I didn't have like the ability to watch like television or something, I would be losing my mind. I'd be like legit losing my mind. And then in South Florida here, when the lockdown first happened, they didn't want people going to the beach. So they had that closed. Thoughts on Lizzie McGuire got canceled? Are you talking about the original Lizzie McGuire? Like the original Lizzie McGuire show? Or are you talking about, wasn't there like a remake? I don't know if there was a remake on Lizzie. Are you talking about the original Lizzie McGuire? Like the one from years ago? I didn't know it got canceled. I thought it just ended. I haven't seen the show in forever, so I don't even remember how it ends. I don't even remember how that show ends. Like, how does Lizzie McGuire, I don't know. Don't tell me. I have to go back and rewatch it. I watched the end of Hannah Montana. It was cute. I mean, I like the ending. They planned to reboot it, but it got canceled. Yes, the original. No, I never knew. I liked the original. The original was a cute show. I liked the original. I never knew that. I knew that they were going to do like a reboot, but I don't know if people were interested. I don't know. I don't know how much I love reboots. Like, I don't know. I've never been like a super fan of like reboot shows. I know they did a reboot with Raven, where Raven is roommates with Chelsea, and I think they're both grown up and they have kids or something like that. But like, I don't know. It's like I remember like the original Raven. It's like I don't want to watch a reboot. Like, I don't know. I'm more of like, I mean, the only one that was okay as a reboot, but it was kind of different. At least it was like a new cat, like somewhat of a new cat was Girl Meets World. At least you had like somewhat of a new Yeah, they would just reboot everything. You know what I mean? Like they would bring back everything. For sure, Kimberly. Even like sometimes like what is it called? Like sequels, like when you have like a second movie. Yeah, it's like, and then it's not a great storyline either. It's like I never watched it, like the one with Raven, but she's living with Chelsea and they're roommates, and like I think I watched like 3 minutes of it, like because I was curious what it was, and it's like they're both like single moms or something, and it was like sad. It was like obviously, unfortunately, that's a realistic thing for a lot of people, but it's like I don't know. It was like sad. Like I watched like 3 minutes of the Raven one where she's living with Chelsea, and it was just like, this is sad. I want the original Raven. So I don't know. The original Disney movies were good. The original Disney Channel movies. Yeah, I don't want me to say him, Kim. Like the original Disney Channel movies, like Xenon, girl, the 21st century. Like the original Disney Channel movies that were made for Disney Channel. The ones that you used to wait for them to premiere, like Halloween Town. There's so many Halloween Town movies. Halloween Town High was recasted. No, that yeah, the one where it's a different girl. There was Halloween Town where it was with the brunette girl, and then one of the Halloween Town movies was the girl from the Mermaid movie. Like they changed out the actress from it. But like all those movies, like I used to watch, like Twitches with the sister girls, uh, just like all the ones that were made for Disney Channel. You know that you used to wait for. It's like new Disney Channel movie, and then they did the Mickey thing. It was cute. That's what you did on the weekend, people. You waited for Disney Channel to come on. And you watched, literally I can remember the order. It was like Raven, and then Boy Meets World would come on, and then like Boy Meets World would come on again at like 1 a.m, you know, something like that. It's sad when you can remember that. You know what I mean, Kimberly? Like when you can remember the lineup of shows, like the way they came on like a Friday night. It's like first Raven was on, then it was Lizzie McGuire, and it's like then it was Boy Meets World at 7 o'clock, and it's like that's the only thing I miss about like having like television, like regular television, is like I feel like I miss like the broadcast like of like what's up next, but I have no idea what's on anymore. But yeah, they were cute shows. I'm wondering what is happening with the signal, but that is okay. I don't think the signal is working anymore because I'm showing 0. I don't know why, but that's okay. If you guys come back on, I can say goodbye to you properly, because I'm not sure if you can see this because it's showing on my end 0, so I don't know if this is working. But it's been really nice chatting and painting with you guys. I really enjoyed talking to you guys and chatting. I'm not sure if this stream is working anymore. But thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the chat. I have enjoyed the stream. I'm not sure if you guys are on anymore because on my end it's showing like a 0. I don't know. The signal is working. Yeah, I am not sure if it's working anymore, guys. But thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. And chatting with you guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you guys for the chat and for being here. And I will see you soon. Good night, everyone. Good night, guys. Good night, guys. I don't think my signal is working anymore, but good night.